So hello and welcome back guys. So guys, in today's video I will teach you how to make a Pokemon game like spawning Pokemon randomly and catching them and storing them in database. Alright, so let's begin real quick. And by the way guys, I'm hosting a Discord Nitro giveaway on my server and I really it will end on 25 October. So let's hope that this video will be published before that so that you guys can also join it. So let's start by adding the intent for guild messages. Alright, you totally need to add this intent, otherwise this thing is not going to work. And then we have to set up our database. So for that I'll just create a guild config file. It will have all of this config. First of all, we have the ID of our guild to identify between guilds, and then we have Pokemon property which will have spawn, whether we have to spawn the Pokemons or not. And then after points is like after how many points we have to spawn the thing, and points refers to the points of the guild. And then spawn at is the channel where they want us to spawn, and last message is equals to timestamps of the last message sent. Alright, and then we have the user config. It includes the user ID and the array of Pokemons. Well, we will just store the Pokemon ID because I don't really want to waste our database, because we don't really need to do that. But if we need to do that, we can do it later on, right? So let's begin. So our database models are ready. So let's go and create the event real quick. So I will just name it message create.js. So guys, what we have to do in our message create.js is, first of all, let me do guild configs is equals to be honest, I just want to copy paste this code from my database, I mean from my GitHub, but my internet is totally broken and GitHub isn't opening, so I guess I will need to code all of this shit once more. So let's begin real quick. So first of all, our function, by the way, let's make it async. I don't really want those shit errors. Alright, we will get client and the message in our property. So what to do now? Well, after this, first of all, we have to check if message.author is in bot. If it is true, just return, no need to move any further. And then we will fetch the data by doing await. So now we have our data. If data is not there, or data.pokemon.spawn is disabled, then just return do not do anything further. So now what we have to do is we will just do data.pokemon pokemon dot points is plus equals to math.floor math.random multiplied by 3 and add 1. So what we are doing here is, well, we can just add 1 here too to make it better. Alright, so what we are doing here is, first of all, returning if spawning is disabled, and then we are adding the points, and after adding the points we are just checking. Let me just show you. Data.pokemon.points is less than Pokemon.bam. So this means if the points are not more than the required points, then we have to do, we just need to return. Alright, and apart from returning, we will need to increase the points in our database. We can do that simply by doing this small thing. Let me just copy paste this part, copy it and just paste it right here. And instead of find one, let's just make it find one and update. And here we will do comma Pokemon dot points, and points will be equal to our data dot Pokemon dot points. I hope that we will not get any error. If our points are not enough, then we will just return. Otherwise, we will need to spawn a Pokemon. So for that, we are gonna use this cool library called Pokecode, created by Snowflake or Dev Snowflake, you can say. But anyways, let's just record it. Alright, I'm back. Well, I stopped the recording for some reason. So now we have to spawn our Pokemon. So let's do it real quick. So for that we will just do await, and by the way, you have to install this by typing npm i pokecode. So we will do pokecode dot, and we just have to do a small thing. We have to use this small spawn function bam. So this will randomly spawn a Pokemon, and if you want, you can spawn a Pokemon of your choice by typing the ID, but we want a random Pokemon, so of course we are gonna do that. And then we just need to send the message to that channel. So first of all, we create an embed and set the title, a new Pokemon has appeared and stuff, and then we will send this message to the channel. Pretty simple. But no, we don't really have to send this message to the channel, because if you guys remember correctly, we do have an option to set spawn at. So I will just do const channel is equals to await. Well, what to do? We have to do message dot guild dot channels dot cache dot get, and then we will do data dot pokemon dot spawn at, otherwise message dot channel. And wait a sec, why the heck we have this await here? And this is it, pretty simple. If the channel exists, then bam, otherwise this, and I will remove message dot from there, and boom. So guys, now we have to await the message, like we need to get the response. Well, message dot channel dot await messages, and then first of all we will provide a filter, and the filter will be messages just for surety. And by the way guys, you can use some prefix or something, but I don't really want to, so I will not. And up after that we just have to do this. Well, I just copy pasted some stuff, don't mind that. All right, anyway, so what I'm doing here is I'm adding the max property so that we only receive one message, and time for 1 minute, and error is time. All right, so now we have to use the dot then function async, and the collected messages is equals to this. So our message is equals to collector dot, well, collected dot first. So whoever sent this message is the damn winner. So now we need to simply tell them that bro, you are the real winner, enjoy. Well, for that I will just do message dot reply, you successfully caught this Pokemon, and we are gonna save this thing in our database by doing this. Well, user id is equals to message dot author dot id, and we imported this users model with, let me import it real quick. We are gonna do const users is equals to model slash user config. All right, so now we have that, and we can just do users dot find one and update. We will use this filter, and then we are gonna push, well, then we are gonna push this Pokemon ID to the database. And if they do not exist, then we will just do users dot create, and we will provide the ID of this person, and then in Pokemon we will provide this Pokemon ID. Pretty simple, indeed it is. And then we are gonna add this catch function. Well, let me just add it real quick. Bam. Well, I'm kind of sorry for just copy pasting, because yeah, you know, I don't really want to type it once more. So here we are catching this error. To be honest, this error means that no one was able to succeed by sending a correct message, that is catch, and then the Pokemon name. So we will say no one replied with correct name and syntax, so the Pokemon is gone. The Pokemon's name is this. Alright, and if you guys want, you can just do message.delete too, but I don't want to delete the message. So yes, why not? Well, this is all about our message create and our models. Everything is done. Now we need to set up our commands for, wait a sec, commands. So first of all, we will set up a Pokemon's command. So what this command is doing is, it is just going to show the list of Pokemons the user have. Well, first of all, I set up the normal command like usual, the name and the description of our command. Then we set it these options. It is a user option to get Pokemon of a particular user, and it is not required, and type is 6 refers to the user type. And then we have our run function. So first of all, we are gonna get this user option, like well, this option right here, and if it do not exist, then just use the interaction user. And then we are gonna get the data of the user, and if the data do not exist, then we will just create it. And then this is the list of our Pokemon, I mean the Pokemon of that user. And then we are gonna loop through all of the Pokemons of the user, and we will just get the Pokemon data from our Pokecode module, and bam. To be honest, we can literally save the Pokemon data in our database, but I didn't want it to waste the database, so I am just storing their IDs, or alright. But if you guys want, you can store their data. Well, let me show you how. Well, but I don't want to do that. But if you want to do it, you can literally, instead of save, well, let me show you. Instead of where is it, instead of pushing this Pokemon.id, you can just push Pokemon, and here you can just push Pokemon. And then you will need to make one change. Go to your user config, and instead of string, just make it an object. Pretty simple. But no, well, you can do that, but I just want to save the Pokemon IDs because it is pretty better. Well, it is not better, according to if you want to expand this game to large scale, then I will suggest you to store the Pokemon data. Now we need to make our Pokemon command. Well, this is for controlling a guild's configuration for the Pokemon module. All right, it will have a lot of stuff. Let me just start it. Let me copy the ping command. Where is it? Ping, where are you? All right, let's just copy it and let's just paste, and let's just copy this thing too and just paste it right here. Bam, and remove this manage role. So we have set up the, well, no, wait a second, we will do Pokemon. All right. So now we are done with this. Now we need to add some options. Well, the options will be pretty simple. So we will just need to make some options, or I should say add some options. So first of all, we will add one for enabling the spawn. Well, the random spawning thing, and then the type will be a sub command, and the description will, and then we do not need any options. So let's just copy paste it for a few more stuff. Bam. And do we need it? Yep, we do need it more. Paste. So instead of enable, I will do disable spawn. One command for disabling, of course, and then we will do spawn after. Well, I will tell you what is this. Spawn after is like the required points for randomly spawning the thing. Alright, and then we will just add some options. Well, it is just a single option. It will be this, name will be number. Pretty simple, to be honest. Well, I hope you guys know about options now. We will set the type to 4, that means integer. The description will be number of points and stuff. Well, and required is true. Just paste it, because why waste time writing that simple thing? It is just spawn channel. Type is 1. Set the random Pokemon spawn channel, and name is channel. Mention or give the ID, and people can type 0 for spawn channel. I mean to say to spawn the Pokemon in the same channel. That's why the type is 3, that is string. Otherwise we would have used 7. Alright, so let's just begin. So now first of all, what do we have to do? We need to do simple stuff, like first of all, let me just remove this part. Bam. So first of all, we will defer the reply by saying our bot is thinking. Well, instead of reply, let's just defer reply. Why I was doing that, man? I'm so stupid. But anyways, now we are deferring the reply, and then we are getting the data for our configs. Then we will get our command, and then we have to do stuff accordingly. First of all, we'll check if command is equals to enable spawn, and if it is equals to enable spawn, then we will check if data.pokemon.spawn. This means if the Pokemon spawning is already enabled. If it is enabled, then just edit the reply and say, well, to be honest, we should just pass a string instead of typing that bullshit, but I just like it. That was not the case. We will just save the thing to our database and we will move forward. Wait, bam. So we are using find one and update the filter, and then Pokemon.spawn to true, and then we are replying that this shit is enabled, and then we will create the same thing for disabling the thing, right? I will just make it disable. Yeah, oh, well, I cannot even type disable. I'm so stupid. But anyways, who cares about being stupid? Well, let's just make it false. So now we are done. We are enabling the spawn, disabling the spawn. Pretty simple. Now we need to set up another thing. It is spawn after, like spawn the Pokemon after what, how many points. So first of all, we will check for that stuff. Let me wait a second. Const points is equals to, well, by the way, ignore this part. I just copy pasted the interaction reply thingy so that I don't have to rewrite it. Just watch this. So if points are less than 10, well, I'm doing this. You can make it less than 1 2, but I don't want that less points. So I will just do return and say, wait a second, the points can't be below 10. So pretty simple. And now if the thing is, wait a second, so if the points are fine, we will just update the data by using this filter, and then Pokemon.afterPoints is equals to the damn points. Pretty easy. And then we will say that we set it the points to the points. Alright, so this is all we are doing here, and now comes the main thing. Well, this is not really the main thing, but it is a thing. Well, let me show you. Else if command is equals to spawn channel, like the channel where we are going to spawn the Pokemons. So first of all, I will start it by doing const raw. Well, this is the the raw channel. It can be an ID, it can be 0, or it can be a channel mentioned. All right. So we have to do some stuff like option dot get. Well, it is options, not option. All right. Make sure that you are typing options. Get string, and that will be channel because we saved it as channel above. And then we will do channel is equals to, if raw is equals to 0, then we will simply do, wait a second, interaction dot guild dot channels dot cache dot get raw. Well, so what we are doing here is, if raw is equals to 0, then we are setting the thing as raw. Otherwise, we are caching the channel with this ID. And if channel is not found, then we are just gonna do a small little thing for testing. We will do raw dot substring 2 comma raw dot length minus 1. So what we are doing here is, we are just, well, we are just trying to fetch the ID from the string. For example, if we have something like this, so that substring method will return this thing. Well, it will return this thing. So that is what we are doing. Pretty simple and pretty easy. So now we have our channel. Now we have to do some if checks. Well, I will just import them from the GitHub because it is a real pain to type all of the shit again and again. So I will just paste it. So what we are doing here is, if channel do not exist and channel type is neither guild text or guild news, then just say invalid channel was provided. Either type 0 for same channel, or mention or give ID of a text channel. Alright, pretty simple. And after that, if that is not the case, then we are just gonna save pokemon.spawnet to the channel. We are just gonna make it that. And by the way guys, we shouldn't make it channel. That was my bad. We will just wait a second. Channel is equals to this question mark 0, otherwise channel.id. So what we are doing here is, if channel is equals to 0, then we will save 0, otherwise we will save the channel ID. Well, there was a big error, I never noticed that, but thankfully it is fixed now. And then we are just going to reply to the user saying that set it the Pokemon spawning to the same channel if channel ID is equals to 0, otherwise we are going to say now Pokemon will spawn in this damn channel. Pretty simple. And this is all about our commands. Now we have to test all of this bullshit and we can move ahead most probably. Let's hope that we can move ahead. Alright, the client is up. Let me show you Discord real quick. And by the way guys, feel free to join this giveaway on our Discord server. And yeah, let's begin. So let's go to bots. And what are we testing? Alright, we're testing the Pokemon thing. Well, I don't know what to test. Alright, so we need to test the slash Pokemons. So you can see that I already, well, yeah, you can see I already have 2 Pokemons. It is because I was testing this shit earlier. So let's just first of all enable the Pokemon spawn. I wonder if it is already enabled. Let's check it out. Well, do we? Alright, guild config is not defined. Dude, can you guys please? Well, this is the issue when we are just copy pasting the code from GitHub. Let me fetch some stuff. Guild config is equals to require. Well, to be honest, I am just doing this so that we don't end up getting errors. And guess what? I'm doing this copy paste thing, and that is the reason why we got that error. Well, stuff happens. I fixed the thing. Let's show you Discord once more, and let's hope for good. Slash Pokemon, I guess, enable the spawn. Please, alright, the spawn is already enabled. Let's disable the spawn, and let's try to disable the spawn once more. Well, you can see that everything works, and let me enable the spawn real quick, and then we will do few more stuff. Let's set the Pokemon spawn channel to let's change it to, wait a second, go to staff. Alright, I will set it to hashtag bots, this one. So now it should spawn our channel there. Alright, now what do we need to do? Well, we have set up everything. Let's just change the spawn after to 2. Why not? So after sending, the point can be below. What? Why can I? Alright, let me set spawn after to 10, and let's just, alright, I points are not defined. Dude, please. Well, anyways, the thing changed in the database most probably. Let me check. Yep, it did change the thing in the database. let's just fix the thing real quick. Instead of I points, just make it points, and then we are done. And now I just have to spam a bit. Well, let me show you what I changed. I forgot to show you Visual Studio Code. Well, in Visual Studio Code, make it points, line number 63. Earlier it was I points. All right, let me show you Discord once more, and let's just spam some messages, because well, to be honest, the spamming will not work because I have set up something in our message create event. But anyways, it did spawn the Pokemon. It did spawn couple of Pokemons. So let's try to catch it. Well, I don't really know the names, man. How well let's just do catch. Bam. Alright, we successfully catched some Pokemon. Well, let me just do this. Catch. Bam. We catch one Pokemon and another Pokemon pops up. Well, Pikachu. Alright. Alright, we got it. So let me change the spawn after thing slash spawn. Alright, there slash Pokemon spawn. Where is it? Spawn after to 69, so that it do not spam this damn shit. And one more thing, yes, slash Pokemons. Let me show you the list of Pokemons I have, and you can see, please, alright, you can see that the Pokemons increased. So our thing is working, and you can see that it do this no replied thing when no one catches the Pokemon. And this is it for this video. Now you can make a Pokemon spawning game, catch thing, and a lot of stuff. And if you want more improvement in this, just message me and I will do it for you. Thanks a lot for watching, and you feel free to join the Discord. And by the way, my crazy bot is well, bye.